Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another ramble. Today's ramble will be covering the topics of the Slayer alt nerf and how this will affect the overall Slayer EHP rates, how this will affect the Slayer tasks that you should be doing, and what my personal plans and goals are for Slayer and how this will affect myself personally. I'll start off the video by just stating that I am no professional when it comes to Slayer HP rates, calculations, and theory crafting and all that. I'm just going off of conversations I've had in the community with other members who are probably more qualified than myself. I'm just kind of saying my interpretation of what I'm seeing. I also will point out that the Slayer nerf, I'm 100% for. Even though I used it, I'm not against the nerf at all. A push towards a more integrity-filled game is fine with me. It means it's not going to be as fun. It sucks that the Slayer alt method was pretty fun. Maybe fun for the wrong reasons. Maybe it was fun because the Slayer XP rates were very nice and it felt like you were just getting so much experience and put little effort in. Even though you're playing on 2 accounts, it was really not much more effort. It was just a lot of fun. It was pretty laid back, could watch a lot of shows while doing it, and it just made Slayer really chill. So I'm definitely gonna miss it, but my salty it's gone, not really. It just means I get to try something new with Slayer, could change the way I do it. Alright, so that's my opinion. That's my opinion out there. A lot of people probably disagree with that, but that's how I feel anyways. Let's first look at exactly what the nerf is. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, let's look at what I'm talking about. So hidden in today's update, or yesterday's update I guess, was in the extra section, was an Ironman Slayer alt nerf. That basically entails, for Ironman, certain Slayer monsters' loot and XP will be discredited if a player hits a 0. So what people were doing before was using their normie alts or an Ironman alt. In my case, I used an Ironman alt for the most part, the Trident and negative mage bonus to splash on monsters that would lure them, and this would allow my hardcore, my Ironman, to barrage basically constantly. It would never stop barraging. It wouldn't have to stop to lure at all. It would just barrage. The rates were pretty crazy. And what this means is that when you kill certain Slayer monsters that an alt lured, now you'll be getting half the XP as if that player had hit your Slayer monster. Currently, if someone else attacks your Slayer monster and does damage, and then you kill that Slayer monster on an Ironman, you would only get half the experience, and now that is applied even if that player hit a 0, so you can no longer lure. So before talking about the future of Slayer, it's important to notice that there is an update to Slayer that's coming out in the next month or 2 that's going to completely change the meta. You will be getting bones equivalent to Drake bones from Abbey Demons. They'll be ashes, but they basically are Drake bones from Abbey Demons. And you'll be getting slightly worse bone equivalent ashes for neck reels. So what this means is you'll be getting a ton of prayer experience just passively through Slayer, and this will most likely just counteract the nerf that's done by the Slayer alt nerf and just bring back the Slayer HP to where it was, maybe even better. So what you can expect from the Slayer alt nerf is probably a 10% lower Slayer EHP rate. Some rough calculations are showing around that, and it looks like you'll probably be saving more GP, maybe 300 mil less GP used to 200 mil, just because you're buying less runes because you're not barraging as much. Some of your tasks are going to be moving from barraging to meleeing, such as neck reels. You could start consider meleeing neck reels. Abbey Demons, you might want to block Abbey Demons. It's really tough to talk about what tasks are now the meta because honestly, the meta is to just wait. It's to just wait until the Ash update. I could say block Abbey Demons for now, but why not just wait for the update where you'll be getting ashes from Abbey Demons and they might be more worth doing. So it's a tough subject to talk about right now. I've seen people do Lance Gargoyles. Lance Gargoyles might be the meta. There still are some ways to lure Slayer creatures with an alt. One task in particular is Tazar luring. The way Tazars work is when you attack one Tazar, it angers the entire mob of Tazars in the area. So you can use the alt to attack one of the Tazars outside of your area, and then it'll anger the Tazars that are like in your barrage area. So you won't even have to, when you run back to the barrage stack, they like the one that you tagged won't even come back to the stack with you. And you can still use an alt to barrage using that method. However, the XP rates have slightly decreased from like what 110k to like 90k an hour Slayer XP an hour. There's a slight nerf there, but it's still altable. It's probably one of the only few alt Slayer tasks left. But yeah, the biggest nerf is probably Smoke Devils. Smoke Devils, you could push 180k Slayer XP an hour on your Ironman through luring with a cannon on your alt. Now, obviously, because of the update, you can't do that. So now you might have to consider smelting cannonballs when you want to AFK. If you still want to lure like you used to, you can get pretty much a pretty similar rate. I think this is a good opportunity to maybe add a better way of smithing cannonballs. I think that would really balance out this Slayer alt nerf. Whether that's just adding a way to smelt cannonballs through the blast furnace. Just think of you're smelting gold ore, the blast furnace, and every like 4 inventories, you're putting 1 inventory of steel bars in there, and then you have to wait like a minute, 2 minutes, and then your steel bars will all be turned into cannonballs. So you put like a cannonball mold into the blast furnace, and then you're getting these passive cannonballs over time while doing your smithing grind. That would make the XP an hour from doing Smoke Devils not as heavily affected, because you'd have the cannonballs that you would need to lure them. Because if you can lure with a cannonball at Smoke Devils, you can basically get those rates that you used to be able to do with an alt. Kind of hard to talk about the exact route for Slayer currently, because there's really no point of doing calculations at the moment. Just because the Ash update is going to be coming out in like a month or two, and that Ash update is going to change a lot of stuff, and it's pretty unknown exactly how it works. If there's a tick delay when you cast the spell, like if that stops you from attacking, or if you can just like do it without affecting any of your current Slayer. So my personal plans for Slayer and how I will probably approach it in the future is wait for the Ash update and do only Konar Slayer. I will probably put more of a focus on Boss Slayer. So since I don't have the cannonballs to alt smokes, I will probably be doing the smoke, even boss, the Thermi. Probably be doing Thermi instead. I'd like to focus more on a boss task list, and that means also I will be doing Sire. The Sire will drop possibly multiple Drake Bones, multiple Drake Bone equivalent ashes, and get some prayer experience from Sire. Cerberus will also drop bones or ashes equivalent to Hydra Bones. So there's a lot of prayer experience being flooded into the Slayer skill with that update. I'm going to be still barraging Dust Devils. I'll still be barraging Necreals. I think I might look into using Dancer alts to dance for me to help stack up the monsters. So instead of my alt now luring all the monsters, I'm just going to be using Dancers to help stack them up easier. Because the one problem about luring for yourself is you have to run a lot and stack them up, and that takes some time. With the Dancers, I can just aggro them all, run to the corner, and then they'll all stack naturally up through the Dancers. It's my plan for barrage tasks and how I will go about them. Just lure for myself and use Dancers. And then I'll be still doing Hydra whenever I get that. Even though I completed Hydra, I'm just going to this here quickly. If you didn't know, I got the Ickle Hydra pet since my last video. I got that around 5,918 KC. I still actually have the Hydra task, so I'm about to go back in a bit to do some more Hydra. It's a lot of fun, and I plan on doing quite a bit more, even though I've the log completed. I was always hoping to go really dry in the Hydra pet for a pretty sick screenshot, going like 10k plus for the pet, but yeah, doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing Hydra. I just wanted to end this video by just thanking everyone for all the support I've had recently. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and I've received a lot of nice messages and support from the community, and it's my bank video seemed to have gotten a lot of traction, and it's pretty exciting. I hope some people that watch the bank video are here watching this Slayer video. I'm no professional when it comes to the calculation stuff. I have a new video coming out maybe tomorrow or the next day. I had originally planned to make a video on my prayer experience, gains, and all of that. However, the Slayer Nerf kind of interrupted that. I figured I'd get that out first and then get the prayer video maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm done classes now, so I have a lot of free time. I still have exams coming up, but I don't need that many days to study for the exams. I only need like a few days. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.